Hello, everybody. I am Charlie Hahn. I am doing the new venture project final assignment for my food truck called Chuck's Food Truck. And this was an interesting assignment. I learned a little bit about the whole business aspect of it and the pricing and marketing and the profit margin and all sorts of things. And it was a cool project to do. And right now I did the final touches on my slides and ready to present. About to share my screen here. See, bear with me. Okay. Yeah, there is the title screen. New venture for final draft. Um, so uh, okay, here we go. And this is my draft idea. I titled it Chuck's Food Truck. Um, I just where I'm serving hamburgers, sandwiches, um, fries, salads, and mashed potato dishes. Um, affordable prices and excellent food is my goal for this food truck. Specials available on a daily basis. All the citations you see in this presentation are in parentheses and letters in bold text. So, I'm going to start off with executive summary. And the problem that I see in this particular industry is high prices in most food establishments and smallish portions. I see a lot of places being expensive and find myself like eating it quickly because portions aren't really that big. I just noticed a lot of places don't make their food with love, make it like, get the bang for the buck when you pay like a good 15, $20. Expect like a pretty decent sized meal and get full, at least in my belief working in the food industry like I have. And I think the solution have it is just to have affordable food items, at least at the market level, with a good size portion, you know, make the food with love, make it like, big hamburgers, make it, big portions of fries or mashed potatoes or big like salads, so like customers happy, so because if you're paying like that much money for a deal like that, you should be able to get a decent portion. And that's my solution for my new venture project. And this was just a rough estimate to this in regards to sizing the opportunity. And I'm hoping for at least 100 customers a day. Make sure the food truck is more populated areas like Fortuna, Eureka, Arcata, and McKinleyville. Um, because those are the busiest towns and cities in Humboldt County. Um, and they have a lot of busy spots and busy areas. And my that's just an estimation for at least 100 customers like a day, for the size opportunity. So next we got into environmental scan. The number one trend that I listed was there's been a rise of food trucks not only locally but all over. There's as you can see, there's a cited link on the works cited um at the end of this like presentation. You could also find it when on my PPX like file all the sites if you need to access it for your record. But yeah, I did cite an article saying that there is a rise of uh food trucks and all over, and and how it's just becoming a booming industry all over. So the second trend I wanted to touch on, it says, in another article I cited on, is since COVID-19, there's been a rise in small businesses. I think I touched this on an assignment earlier year on like one of the reflection assignments on one of our um, chapters there. I can't recall what chapter it is, but I think I remember writing an article about the rise of like small businesses, how it after COVID, and just seemed like it was a big boom. Like after that, um, yeah, like the rate of small businesses like was like up from like many years back, so um that's I feel like this was like appropriate trend because food trucks to me are like small businesses. They're usually individually or like family owned, and they're really small. I don't think I've met a famous person who's had a food truck, at least yet. Um and then the second one I cited, the third trend rather, is this was the rise of food trucks all over. Like I know locally they do like, food truck festivals at Redwood Acres. I know they've done a couple there. I know I think like at Eureka, like Arts Alive or something. I've seen trucks like there or Fourth of July, but like all over. I've seen a lot of gatherings, especially up here in Arcata, with like tons of like food trucks, and it's they get food truck festivals because it's a booming industry right now. It's something that really kind of has interested me. A friend of mine opened a food truck called Seaside Waffles, and this is his food truck um inspired me to like do this project because it's something I wanted to do like 10 years ago, and it's cool to see that like my friend actually do it, and and yeah, it's like it's cool to model to fall off of. So um and anyway, the next section is the market description, the number of potential customers. I would hopefully like 100 on a weekday, 200 on a weekend. That all like varies like where my food truck is and where like in town it is. It's like where or like where the busiest areas. Like I see a lot of food trucks on Broadway in Eureka, and you know, and I'm thinking it's because yeah, Broadway is a really like busy stretch, and you can't really. I mean, you could have them like on this street. I've seen them at like Pacific Outfitters and like a couple other like lots on like downtown, but most of the food trucks in Eureka I saw were in Eureka and stuff. So, and like for the market growth, I also like cited this like from the census about the decline of like population. The market growth, I would think, would stay the same or slightly go down since the population is decreasing, but it just depends because um and would hopefully the market would just stay like it's steady or more. There's people like travel through Humboldt like in the summer, or people that don't like officially live here, like college kids that are not on the census, and I think the market might slightly go up, but to me, I think the market in my eyes would the stay the same. So for in industry or market specific trends, I would hope that my other food trucks, luckily, this one would trend upwards. Like I've seen a lot of food trucks, like my friends, start from the bottom, and like others and they tended to trend upwards, and then they gained support, and it took it a bit. It wasn't like and. It wasn't an overnight thing or even over a year kind of thing. It like they would set their eyes on the prizes and got them open, and they tended to trend upwards. And if I were to like open a food truck like this, I would hope it would be trending forward, especially if it's advertised, which I'll get further on the their slide on the advertisement slide. But for now I want to talk about the target market. I think the psychographics of core customers is like, I don't know. I just feel like lots of folks like to eat out, enjoy good food. The most psychographic, I would believe, would be the college crowds, either from CR or Cal Poly, Humboldt. Um, but like, yeah, yeah, a lot of the psychographic, like a lot of the younger folks, you know, in their late teens, early 20s, that might be out and about, and they want to like try food, and a lot of college kids and a lot of people like love to eat out. I've noticed, and that's what I felt like my psychographic would identify was like the college crowd and demographic I would hope to appease would be like middle class people who to have affordable food options to them, because there's like just some places like four-star restaurants like people couldn't eat on a daily basis. It's like 40 or $50 like plates, and my option would be not, of course, be that like high end, I'm not looking to be any kind of star. I just want to be like star rating, what I mean, and focus my demographic to more like the middle classes, the working class people that are on a or one income or two income family that want to take their kid out to eat after school, or a couple wants to like have a meal like um like after it's like the demographic would be hopefully aimed at the middle class so they know they like, hey, there's a place that I could buy food at market price and get a good portion, good feel. And so the top three needs I want that differentiate for my core customers for the rest of the market, would I was the need that differ from the rest would be quality food. Not saying that other food trucks are bad, but there's a couple that are like iffy and the quality's all right. So I want to make sure like my quality is always on point. Um, Great customer service because I believe any business thrives on good customer service, especially in the retail or the food industry. Because if you're pleasant to your customers and your staff is welcoming and they feel like this is a place they want to go. So, and that would be my um, want so far. And the third want would be just the reasonable price. And when I'm talking about price at market value, I mean just like the average price um, of what restaurants and establishes are serving. And I just took it like that statistic of like five or six different food trucks or local places and came up with an average. And the market price to me for this would be about $16 to $30, but I'll get that on the pricing bit on that. But I would estimate what total market of customers yours. I would hope that 50% of the total market out here buying food would be hopefully my core customers, get my food truck popular enough. And then, because I believe in attraction, not promotion. I mean, you could promote your business, promote everything, but when you have the quality product and the quality customer service and the quality cooks, yeah, it's usually on attraction. Yeah. Um, because yeah, that's usually how the food industry works, and at least in my experience that I worked in it. Okay. And then for competitor analysis, I came up with three competitors. Um, and the first one I came up was the Pineapple Express food truck in Eureka. That's sometimes right by the Bayside Grange. They would be my direct competitor. They serve sandwiches, vegetable bowls, and even fried pig. They were super friendly and chill. Those were like the strengths I saw. The weaknesses I would say are their pricing and also the portions. The average price I see on their food items were like $15. The portions weren't that big, but they weren't also small either. They're like kind of like in between. But my direct competitor I wrote because they would serve the same kind of food would be the Roman's Kitchen. They're based in Arcata, mainly sell hamburgers, sandwiches, and salads, which I also their burgers and sandwiches right there in the $10, $12 range, around where I would have liked to price my food. But I realized if I priced it low from 10 to 12, that um probably wouldn't make profit. And like I said, I'll touch on that in pricing on later on. I would say the weakness with Kitchen, however, with like many establishments and diners, is the portion size. The burgers were smallishes and the sandwiches are small too, you know. And it's just like that makes it like hard to eat out because it's just like I like to have good portions when I um buy the food and stuff. So and not go on the product strategy, my product line would be hamburgers, sandwiches, salads, and mashed potatoes, as well as individual projects, purchases, and a meal deal. Um, like small meal deals where you combine a main item with a choice of a salad plus a drink. I would also have daily specials with the main item plus the side plus a drink. If you market your food product successfully and give a customer a deal when they want to combine all those items, I believe it would um attract the customers. I think the way to future development is to have feedback from other staff and customers to understand, like, hey, what's going on? What could we improve? Like, to way improve our product and have feedback from them, from both the staff and the customers. Sometimes the food products, depending on performance and the staff, is not ideal. Once it's recognized, most executive chefs or line cooks, in my food service experience, would just let them know what to do better next time. The way to branch out to the customers is like have their feedback, get their surveys, maybe have a survey where people could like at the beginning say, hey, how are we doing? Or like have the feedback from the front of house, like, hey, what are they thinking when they get the product and they like it? Because when you see the front of house and the staff like asking, hey, how is it? How's it? Yeah, everything good? And yeah, they're bringing that feedback to the front line. So it's like, yeah, and that's how like you know future developments is like just knowing the feedback from the customer, whether it's like through the front of house, through word of mouth, or like your survey. So, and I think to my purpose to for my food truck would to be have a diverse selection and sell multiple items. I think it would get boring if I just served just hamburgers. Some customers are vegan and would probably want to go for a sandwich. A hungry family may want some hamburgers with their meal deals. It's important to have that good selection in a food truck that is diverse and appeals like to all, because not everybody can eat meat. They're like either vegan or they just don't eat meat product, and they would want like a sandwich, or might get somebody going on a quick break and want to just get a salad because they want something healthy, and just want to have the diversity, because if I just sell one product only, I think it just get kind of boring, and at least because it's good just in food establishments to just mix it up. Um so that way, why so they get their bang for the buck, so um the pricing strategy, this is like where I kind of figured that like the 10 to $12 range was probably not ideal deal for them to make the profit, because actually on this one I used 10 to 20. you know the average price of my competitors are 15 to 30. um and what I did is on the second one, on my growth margin, what I did was let's say I feed 16 college kids at a lunch rush. Most of them would be buying a meal deal, would either be 16 or $18. Just on a hypothetical, that would be a $256 profit. Food and supplies, rough estimate would be about 600. So I did like 256 divided by 600 divided by 256. I would see roughly, if I went through that price bracket, a 0.02 margin. which is minimal, but it's not ideal. So this is where I figured the target gross 2,600 profit, like raising the prices, like looking for at these prices and the estimate, I probably would increase the prices, unfortunately, to match my competitors that are higher priced. Let's just imagine that the meal deals to be $24 and the individual items 18. Imagine a Saturday night in Arcadia doing late night. You have 120 customers, 80 of them get real meal deals, the other 40 get maybe an individual items. That's just a gross estimate, $2,600. You need your weekend supplies. It's about roughly like 1,200. So I figured 26 divided by 1,200 divided by and 2,600. The margin slightly went up to 0.08. That's slightly a little bit better, but that's this is kind of just like where I struggled with, wasn't sure like what price exactly set because I didn't want it to get so expensive so that so that margin would get the site would go higher, so I would definitely get really like profit, but at the same time I didn't want it too expensive, so I set it on the like $10 to $20 like range, just so just on a rough estimate. Um, so that's the pricing promotion. And then the promotion strategy is like I would mainly try to promote online through Facebook advertising or local media outlets such as the North Coast Journal, Lost Coast Outpost, Time Standard, etc. Um, yeah, like Facebook advertising is like they got built-in functions where you can pay like ads for a month and then they're shown at other and then you that's another way I've seen it. I think having a business cards with a website would be a plus. That way, people know your business through the old school way and not the electronic way, like just a little business card there, like having a website so they could have an idea what the place is and have the option to eat food and like be able to you know ask questions, etc. They'll have and a commercial would be cool, like having a commercial, like, but that would be a big investment like down the line, and maybe more down the line if my food truck business grows but makes record profit. But man, it's like $1,000 to like get a commercial or something crazy like that, you know. And then my little catchphrase is like, "Eat at Chuck's, you will enjoy." Will be like my tagline or ads and the commercial. Just have some like really ecstatic guy like with his hands up and like, "Yeah, eat at Chuck's, you will enjoy," or like in a cartoon character or something funny, or like I don't know, and then have a guy go jumping up down, "Yippee!" I don't know, just something silly, just to you know, But the tagline would definitely be "Eat at Chuck's, you will enjoy." And the sales promotion I would use would be instead of the other prom type of promotion is because if I were to do a sales promotion, other meal deals or specials through advertisements, either online or the local media, like mentioned above, and advertise a $10 meal deal. That's usually 15, or have little coupons. You get those like weekly ads with all the food places and like all the deals, and go online and like they have them all like on coupons online, and it's a way to attract the customers and get it always. And now it's all like all electronic, like right now, and I think that would be probably a good way to promote your stuff. Um, the distribution strategy, I believe I would be the original producer because it's one business for my food truck. I wouldn't be the own business. I wouldn't be distributing, and this is like I would like vary my locations each day for each place, like to buy my fruit product, either in Fortuna, Eureka, Arcata, or McKinley. Though the upside that every big town in Humboldt would have access to the food truck. The downside is you might dilute your potential regular customer service because the food truck is not in one spot all the time. maybe like having an Arcata like 4 days a week, and then the other 3 days, um, Matt go to the other towns like McKinleyville, Eureka, and Fortuna like once a week, or like switch it up to Eureka 3 times a week. Yeah, like just have like scheduled like recycle, so that way you get a chance for like regulars, like to come in. Because if your food truck kind of just bounces from place to place every day, it's hard to get the regulars and constant like customers. Because yeah, I doubt someone in Arcata is gonna drive all the way to Fortuna just to get it. I mean, they might if they really like it, but chances are they want to buy like where the product where they live. So, and then like my most likely suppliers is would be the Costco and that chef store off Indianola. I would say Cisco, but that's only for dine-in like restaurants. Um, and yeah, that's like my buddy who opened Seaside Waffles. That's his two like main suppliers. He goes there and gets a bunch of food and supplies at both because Costco's good at stock, and the chef store's got a lot of good stuff in bulk, and that's where he mainly goes. And it works for him, and it probably would work for me. So, um, see the conclusion. Sorry about that. The conclusion, I would expect my business venture idea of the food truck to be successful, because my product would be really good. My pricing would equal to the market value of most food trucks and food establishments. It might not be successful because I would keep the prices at market level. Some people might not be like able to afford it. You know, like with a good percentage of folks really struggling financially, paying that much for food when they could cook at home for a lot cheaper um might be more ideal for them to cook at home and not to go out to save money because it's expensive. Um, the other downside is running it plus supplies and rentals and or on city lots. It's like, yeah, you have to pay the businesses or the cities, like wherever you park it, you do everything. And then there's a ton of permitting processes, and a lot of investment. But in the long run, if you have the product lined out and what you want, I would expect it to be a successful venture, honestly. So, um, I and what I learned a lot was how to market the food supply products at the market level, so my food truck would be able to like, make profit. Like I wanted to have it to 10 to 12, you know, but with all the inflation plus all the supply and demand and the wage hikes and all the stuff that goes on in our economy, that I just don't think it's possible. It's like maybe 16 to 30, would be the ideal price because I'm just want to make profit. Like maybe years ago, like 10, 15 years ago, yeah, maybe 10 or $12, but it's like, it's nuts how it just like keeps going up and up because it's like the whole wage hike, you hike the wages and then the supply and demand of how many people you hire in your restaurant and how many people you're serving and like the supplies. It just becomes like a ratio and a percentage thing. And it's just like when the wages keep hiking up, it's like the more you have to go and supply and the more you have to pay the customers. It's like um it's a it's crazy. It's a crazy economic world out there, but it's and this was a fun project. Um I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed being part of this class. I want to thank you, Chris, for a great class, and I learned a lot in this business class. I enjoyed your lectures, and yeah, I'm really grateful to have this new venture assignment out and over and out. Thank you.